What is the best investment to make in your 20s? Who wrote that one? Jess. How old are you, Jess?
I'm 23.
23? So awesome. You're at a boring money night, so thank you. It's what do you think?
I asked that because I don't even define investment as in it has to be a money investment. So I was actually just wanting to gauge your initial reaction.
Okay. My initial reaction, if I look back at, and for those who have just met me, I'm pretty honest and open on my podcast. A lot of people close to my life might listen to a show and they're like, I didn't know all that was happening. I'm like, if you want to know about me, just listen to my show. I'll tell you. I think the best investment that you can make in your 20s is fully understanding and knowing who you are and how you operate. The last 20 years, because I'm officially like old now, has been a borderline train wreck for me personally. I personally believe, looking in, it probably doesn't seem that way. But I read a book a couple of years ago called Attached, and it's about the attachment theory, right? Were you loved as a child or all that stuff? And I've got avoidant attachment style. And that has wrecked so many relationships. Like well-meaning, like I look back, I get emotional because it's like, if only I knew that when I was in my 20s. And it's not to change it, it's just to fully know who you are and how you operate and how you respond to things that happen. Because once you know that, you've got the manual to your life. You've got your operating manual. Then you can work on it. So for me now, I know with the avoidance stuff, I can sense it happening. And even like last night, I was at Sim's house for dinner and, you know, going through like working out who I am, I set rules in my mind that have just made up out of nowhere, right? And I get anxious because I've set these rules. And it was like 9 p.m. and they're chill. We just had dinner and dessert. And I'm like, all right, I've got to go. Like, I've still got this reset that I need to get out of here. Is that avoidant? And I was like, hang on. No, they're chill. We're just chatting. I don't actually need to leave. So for me, it's complicated, but I got to the point where you have these thoughts and your mind plays tricks on you. And I just wish I knew that in my 20s. That as well that's what it feels like to have crippling anxiety and depression. Like, it's a thing. So I reckon if you can sort that out, you'll be more confident to make the right decisions. You'll be better in relationships, like romantic and otherwise. Like, it's so weird. I had a dumb rule in my head that, we've finished dinner, just had a nice dessert. I've got to leave now because they don't want me here. But it's like, no, they're happy. They're fine. They're like, no, everyone's chill. So that is the best thing to invest in your 20s. And property. But then it's probably not even that. It's knowing who you are, how you operate, how you deal with situations. I'll put a link in the show notes to the book Attached. I think everyone needs to read it. Then throw it at your partner and say, which one are you? I know who you are, but which one? And go sort that out. And it's not about, and this is just anecdotal in my life, it's not about me wanting to change, because at the moment I don't have a relationship. It's not about wanting to change the other person or change you. It's knowing how each other operates. And I wish I could turn back time and read that book in my 20s. I think. But we're here now, hey? In New Zealand on a Wednesday night, alone in my room. So, and then you do that, then your career. Because your income is the biggest asset that you've got in your life, and you need to fully understand. If I go back to my fundamentals slide, work, I put the first one. Understand income is the biggest wealth tool. You spend a lot of time at work, make sure you don't hate it. Like, if you hate your job, what are you doing? It's not easy, but it's worth it. Put a plan in place to get the hell out of there. It might not happen tomorrow or next week, but why are we doing something where we spend so much flipping time and we don't like it? Another thing, Jess, you are the only one who can advocate for your career. Your bosses care and they think you're awesome, but that you are the only one that can actually be your advocate to set up your life. And then make sure you're aware of the differences between your current job and your career. Did I write that right? Between your current job. Maybe that's not written good England, but it's more your career is your profession and your life. Within that, there are jobs. So if you're a nurse and you're working at the private hospital and this is a true story, a friend of mine, registered nurse, private hospital in Australia. She was the highest ranking medical person there overnight, and because there's no doctors at this private hospital, they would get in trouble if they called one of the doctors in at night. Oh, was it that urgent? It's like it's someone's life. Like if the doctor has to come out, the hospital can freaking pay for it. All that to say, if you're a registered nurse at a private place and it sucks because you're getting in trouble for just trying to help people, you might have to go and be a registered nurse in the public system. So that's the job within the career. So, yeah, that's what I would say to that investment. Was that a satisfactory answer as my initial response?
Yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised because I feel like a lot of people would take that as a financial thing. And I think it's hard in the 20s. I don't think finances don't get any easier as you get older. But it is a confusing time because everyone's at different levels. So it's good to know that everyone's on the same page that invest in yourself. First.
Yeah, and as well, like if you go back to this fundamental stuff I'm talking about, in your 20s, if you just make the fundamental rule that I don't do consumer debt, I don't do credit cards, and don't get cute trying to chase points, I don't do buy now, pay later, just have guardrails and just use that as a habit. I still don't use a credit card for day-to-day expenses because I'm Glen, I'm a recovering spender, and if I've got access to 20K, actually, I do have a card that I take overseas because I went to hire a car once and I didn't have a credit card and it was freaking hell. Gosh. Anyway, applied for this card. They approved it, $70,000 limit. And I'm like, why? This is just gouging. Someone like me getting my hand on a bit of free money, baby. And so it can just compound. So I've still got a rule for day to day. I just use my Visa debit. I'm not chasing points, not getting cute. I don't care. So in your 20s, it's awesome because you find out who you are, how you operate, know that your career is the best thing, know that you are the only one who can ever advocate as much for your career as anyone else. Most places won't rock up and say, hey, everyone, you're all getting a pay rise today. Most places don't do that. And then with the money side of it, set some real ground rules. It's like, I just don't do this. If I don't have the money, I don't buy it. Pretty simple. I save up and pay cash for cars. Pretty simple. I invest 10%, at least 20% of what I get into investments or into a long-term savings. And in your 20s, have a goal and have intention because the time's passing anyway. Just aim for something. Just be like, my name's Jess. Don't heaps have a goal at the moment, but my goal is to save 50 grand. Like just be locked into some type of goal. Because if the time comes in 3 years' time and you got 45 grand and the opportunity comes up, oh, I can buy this house or whatever, yeah, I can change goals. I got the money there. But yeah, be really intentional. I could do, I reckon I could do a 2-hour talk to people in their 20s to like really encourage them and to like lock in. And the good news is put your hand up if you're not in your 20s. You old dogs. Look at you all. Flipping old dogs. Guess what? Put your hand on your neck. If there's not a heartbeat there, just let us know. We'll call, is it 112 in New Zealand or 911 or 111? 111? 111, there you go. we'll call someone, but tomorrow's a new day. What do you want to do for the rest of your life? You know, in the Retire Right Facebook group, I did a survey and I was asking people that were like over 60, what do you wish you knew that you did differently? So people in their 60s and 70s are saying, we wish we paid off our house sooner. We wish we just bought an investment property. We wish we put more money into our superannuation. Hello, if you're in your 40s here or in your 30s, you are living in a time where so many people wish they could turn back the clock. So all I do in my life, I do the Glen of tomorrow a favour today. And even at the moment, so I'm a filthy capitalist pig and it's dripping off me. I get that. This is going to be wild. Because I'm actually quite a conservative person, right? And because I am a filthy capitalist pig, I'm like, I reckon the Glen in 5, 10 years or 20 years probably wishes he bought another property now. I could buy another investment property tomorrow. I can't be bothered because I hate doing all the paperwork and get all my stuff together. But I'm thinking I just need to do it now, as annoying as it is. So the Glen of tomorrow, I've gone back in time and bought that property today. So that's my challenge. So you've got to do is that how I pronounce it? Yeah. A favour tomorrow, today. And that goes for everything, with your health, with your fitness, with your money. Because I'm 41 now and far out. If I knew what I knew now in my 20s, I would have made a lot more money because I would have been a lot more confident and like really didn't have the imposter syndrome and all that stuff. I was telling everyone before we hit record, like I sometimes feel like a fraud because I suck at managing money, but I can suck at something but outsource it to systems and processes to help me. I'm not perfect. I still slip up every now and again, but I know when I slip up, I'm still investing money for tomorrow. I'm not doing it with debt. And that sucked, but whatever. Get over it. Hey, it's Glen here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You made it to the end. Can I ask a favor? Can you hit that like button and maybe hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we release further videos just like this one, whether you watch the Money podcast or Retire Right. And remember, if you want to learn more about investing, I've got an investing book, The Quick Start Guide to Investing, and there's a link in the description to get your hands on a copy. Thank you so much. Bye.